Hey Pat, can you hear me?
Is the volume okay?
Oh yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Howdy, howdy.
Eddie? Josh needs to have a picture without a tie. Look bad.
It looks like a CEO or one of those, what is it, CFO, Chief Financial Officers.
Well, did you get the Patrick? Did you get my email with the agenda? I sent.
Yes, sir.
You get the second one. The first one I sent was an old agenda that I had saved, and I lost the first one. I had to get the real one. I had to go back. Finally found it.
Yes, I got the new and improved one, and
good.
I never got a chance to say so, Joe. But I'm sorry for the loss of your friends there at church and that.
Yeah.
My room looked too messy.
No.
Okay.
If you could see mine, I could barely fit in here. It's like
Oh, yours is sophisticated. It's got the cabinets behind it. Open the door, should be law books or something.
Oh my! Let's see, my station's back there, but you can't see it. And then my
there it is. I see it.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah.
There you go.
That and a whole bunch of junk piled up. And then this bench is full of test equipment. The computer barely fits here.
Yeah. Well, that's a sign of a real good ham. He's got a desk so messy that you can't find stuff.
I must be a good one then. You there, Josh?
Nope. I'm there.
What's up? You remember how much that the Zoom thing was for the club? For you?
$150 a year for the base thing.
150.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
65. Well, whatever 60 plus 75 is. $135.
Okay.
And then if we want to keep doing webinars like this, we'll have to get the webinar piece, which is like $20 a month.
Well, okay. Yeah, we probably need to do that. Don't want to have to keep using yours all the time. Do you have to pay any extra for that, or you have a flat fee?
I have a flat fee per month, and then with the webinar is also another flat fee.
Oh, okay.
But I normally don't use the webinar function except for this, so I would like to drop that.
Okay, well, we can probably go ahead and buy that, and then just we can do it on the club one instead of yours. That way you don't have to pay for it.
Yep, I'm just waiting on the approval to go through for the nonprofit pricing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think we did vote on a total that was like maybe 155 total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
Hi, y'all. Larry Childress.
Greetings,
Hi,
Larry.
I have no camera. Josh, do you need to do your voodoo to get my camera going? There I am. Pardon the sunglasses. I had my eyes dilated about 2.5 hours ago.
You make it look good.
I'm cool. I am really cool. Always have been. So anyway, I'm going to eat while this is going on as well. I'm going to pull a Jack and eat my dinner while we do this.
I thought you was going to sing a little Stevie Wonder or something there.
Called to say I love you. That's all I did.
I'm not eating tonight.
How you feeling, Jack? Your arm doing better?
I'm doing pretty good.
Glad to hear it.
Wasn't my arm,
Did some people do anything to get out of that manual labor they have been doing at work lately?
but I'm much rather not have gone through what I did, but I'm glad to get it behind me.
Yeah.
Jack, do they have the Center for the Blind open at all?
Our store is open. You just have to get temperature checks before you go in, and we have our full program is going on down there.
Oh, okay. I see the school buses running around, so I see things are starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, school started back yesterday for my daughter.
This our senior year?
Yes, it is.
All right.
What was it like at the school with all that they did that 6-foot social distancing and all that kind of stuff?
I'm not really sure how it was. We were in Dallas for my surgery yesterday morning, so.
Oh, okay.
And then she said it was not too bad, but she didn't talk about it much.
Well, I'm glad it's getting better.
Well, we'll see how much better it's getting. I don't think the COVID's gotten any better.
No.
In fact, I think it's about the same, if not worse. But,
Well, I hear a lot of folks are taking that hydroxychloroquine or whatever it's called, and it seems to be helping. And I quit looking because I get so confused, and every website's got a different story to tell.
yeah, you can't get anything that matches hardly. I run into the same thing. You ready with a treasurer's report, Josh? And
I am.
then I guess it's easy for when we get down to the attendance. You can tell how many people are logged in, right?
Yep.
All right, that works. The easy way to do it.
Josh, at the bottom of my screen, it says participants 10. Is that everybody, or how does that work? Does that include the board that we're on?
That's everyone.
Okay.
Oh.
Went and got a haircut yesterday. I feel about 2 pounds lighter on my head. I keep feeling if there's anything up there.
I'm not going to ask you where you got it done.
I went to Sports Clip. First time I got a haircut in 6 months.
Oh, man, don't do that. Come to me and I'll fix it.
Oh, well, up in Alaska, they had low, medium, and high-tech haircuts. They had a plastic bowl, a steel bowl, and a wooden bowl. You got to choose what you wanted. Don't mean to interrupt your dinner, Larry, but is that fire hats behind you up on the shelf?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
That's my fire
don't know.
collection.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
like to see everything?
Love it.
Okay. This is my new camera, so I'm not sure how to do this exactly right.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see that wall?
All right, there's the fleet.
Here's some more. I'm trying to-
Nice.
So are you a firefighter?
I was a volunteer 4 years in White House and a lifelong fire engine enthusiast.
All right.
There's some more. Some of my helmets up there. I hope y'all are seeing this.
Yeah.
There's my big match there.
Oops.
We're over
Well,
there.
thank you for your service, keeping us safe.
Well, I enjoyed it. They sent me to EMT school. That was one of the stupid things I did not do, was keep my certification in that. So anyway, that's the stuff that's in here. Hey, there's my station, y'all.
All right.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
CQ, CQ.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Thank you.
When I was in Alaska, they trained me on oil fires, and I only had to wrestle with one, and it flashed and burned my face. And that pretty much ended my firefighting career. But that's scary when you're on a platform. You got nowhere to go but 200 feet into the water. That movie Horizon, whatever, was much of a
Horizon, yeah.
for me.
That was a good.
Yeah.
Movie. So
So-
we're getting close to starting time here. Hopefully we've got more participants. We got 14 now.
Howdy, Wayne.
And we got Wayne.
Hey, hey.
Wayne leans over like I think he's trying to lean up through my computer.
I think he was
Hiya,
staring us
Jack.
right in the eyes.
Up close and personal. All right, I got to ask again, is my banner the correct words or is it backwards?
Oh, it's good.
Okay, because on my screen it shows it as backwards. So I don't understand how it works, but I'm glad we're giving them the right message.
Yeah. All right, I have time. So we'll go ahead and get started. We have 15 participants, so unless you want to wait a few more minutes to make sure no one else joins in. So it's only 10, us plus 10, huh? Or, well, we got a couple more now. We'll give them about 3 or 4 more minutes, see if we can get more people. Then we'll go ahead and get started. We got 19 now. We'll have 20 by the time it's starting time. Nobody's getting any calls of people that are having trouble getting in yet, so I guess that's a good sign.
Yeah, I'm not hearing nothing on the repeater either.
All right, we'll start at just a few, about 30 seconds. Hoping to get 20. I haven't got 20 yet, so. Oh, there we go. All right. It's just about 3 minutes, approximately 3 minutes after starting time, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the August monthly meeting of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club. My name is Joe Lisbony, WB5SDV, president of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club. And joining me on the panel tonight are Pat Brown, AK5TX, the vice president, Josh Kaufman, KE5FGC, our secretary treasurer, Larry Childress, KI5HUP, member at large, and Jack Malone, AF5JM, member at large, and our repeater trustee, Wayne Hoskins, WM5Q. I welcome all members and visitors. That we have 20 participants at the moment. I was hoping for more. Anyway, we'll move on down the agenda here. Josh, you have the statistics on the net report.
I do. I know we had an average, there we go. We had 51, 52, 53, then 59, and then 49 check-ins. That gives us an average of 53 check-ins. And that's what we get.
All right. And on the 10 meter net, we've probably been averaging at least 14 or 15 we've had the last 3 or 4 weeks. So it's picked up pretty good participation there. We've had last week, the noise floor was kind of high, but and then earlier weeks we would have a little sporadic e-propagation. You'd hear people from other places and had a few check-ins from other places. So you never know. If nothing else, it gives you an opportunity to get on 10 meters and you may hear other traffic that you don't normally tune up on 10 meters. All right, moving over to Wayne with the repeater report.
All right. Well, nothing new to report. Everything seems to be working. That temporary PL fix on the 9.6 repeater is still there. Still, that circuit board still electrical taped to the back plane on the thing. Made a little bit of progress on the long-term improved solution, but I got plenty of time and everything seems to be working.
All right, Wayne, thank you for what you do. Appreciate you putting that fix in and the work that you do and all that you do all the time. We know you're always there when we need you. Moving back to Josh for the treasurer's report.
All right. We have, as of today, 75 active members in the club. We have 928701 in the bank. Our only banking activity this month was income from some renewals that we had trickle in. We do have 2 upcoming expenses. First is some reimbursement to Joe, $116.60 for some parts for the loaner program. And then we're looking at, the board voted yesterday to get a Zoom account for the club. This club can get a little bit reduced pricing as a nonprofit. Currently, we're using my account. I've been paying for it, but I think going forward, we'll let the club go ahead and pay for that portion. And that's all I have to report today.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Have anyone from ETEX, John or Mark, anybody on that can give us any updates on what's going on with ETEX or any information on I think this weekend's exercise?
Yeah, this is John. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there is, we've been invited to participate in a second digital drill that's scheduled for Saturday, August 22nd, which I guess is a Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock and going through 10:30. And the purpose of the digital drill is to focus on WinLink, Pactor, and Barra FM peer-to-peer passing ICS 213s with a reply. And there's also a CW portion. I think Mark and Gene have been trying to coordinate that and get the information out to everybody in ETEX. If you are planning to participate or would like to participate, they asked you to send a WinLink message using the check-in form like you use on Wednesdays. The Wednesday check-in form, it's under the templates, but they're asking you to send that to KB5DTS. That's Kilo Bravo 5 Delta Tango Sierra. And use that check-in form and tell them that you're going to be participating so they can get you on a roster. And I think that's it, Joe. We are planning to put a new repeater up in the Gilmer area. It's here at my house. It's on the air on 147.38 if anybody wants to play with it. It also has a packet digipeater on it with the ID of Gilmer, Gilmer. If you would like to try to connect through that digipeater and play with that, and we would like to see if everything's working okay before we haul it up there and install it. So again, that's 147.38. It's here at my house, just on a antenna about 20 foot high. So I think that's it, Joe. Thanks for the opportunity to give you some information there.
Hey, what was that call sign for the digipeater again?
It's Gilmer, Gilmer.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Thanks, John. Is Butch or anyone from the testing group on? Can give a test report? Yes, not. No one there that.
I'm on here. I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Muted.
Okay.
Yeah, testing is going good. The last session was all upgrades. We had 5 people come in, came out with 1 new extra and 4 techs upgrading to general.
All right. That's really nice. That's everybody seems to be upgrading. Very good. All right. Thank you, Butch. And is Gene on tonight? I don't hear him. So he's keep us apprised of any rule changes. I know that there is on the ARRL newsletter they send out, there's some information on there about the IARU HF digital mode band plan review. So I guess they're getting ready to get a new band plan reviewed. So you can look at that and get all the information on that. I saw it on there, haven't really read through it yet, but I'm gonna have to look into that and see what's going on there. So that's the only regulatory change that I'm aware of at the moment. Okay, and Josh, how many? Well, let's see. We have 22 people online at the moment here, so our attendance tonight is 22. Can you tell us a little bit about the issue we've been having with the club roster, if that's resolved, or what you have to do to make it work?
It's not resolved. It is working. Random people at random times will get a 403 forbidden error. There's an Apache issue on one of my web servers that I haven't really had the chance to figure out, but it's probably due to the auth core module or something like that, not configured correctly. Anyway, that being said, it does work. If you do get a error, if you just refresh your page a couple times, you will eventually be able to download the roster. Hopefully we'll have a fix for that at some point when I get some time to mess with it.
All right, thank you, Josh. I did download one about a week ago. Didn't have any issues with it. The next meeting of the Tyler Amateur Radio Club will be on September 17th, and it's still we're probably will be another Zoom meeting because we haven't been given the clearance by the church to go back. And even if we had, the board would have to meet and decide. And everything I've seen, the COVID virus has not slacked off any. People are just getting used to it, I think. But the statistics are as bad or worse than they have been. And I've had it personally, and a group from my church, after one Sunday, 12 people got it. So it's easily passed around, easier than you think. And one of those people have already died, and another one is in pretty bad shape. So it is real. It's not a rumor or a government conspiracy. It's the real deal, and people do die from it, and people do get very sick from it. I'm there to tell you the truth of all that. And if you have any compromised immune system or underlying issues, they'll show up, and you can really have a bad time of it. So probably we will have that meeting as a Zoom meeting also until further notice. Let's see. So Pat, give us a report on the training that's not going on, and possibly any future plans that we may be thinking about. Since we're getting the Zoom, I know that that's a possibility. We may put something like that together. Any thoughts on possible future activities? I know there's nothing planned immediately, but.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, greetings to the club members and the board, and thank you for the support I have received on behalf of the club to provide training sessions. As you know, we had sessions at the Tyler Public Library. Every activity has been canceled until further notice, and they will not even consider scheduling in the fall of 2021. However, I have been contacting school districts, private educational institutions, and other groups with a focus on teaching ham radio via STEM and STEAM education. And the goal is to get exposure to our hobby, art, craft, science, and art of ham radio, and start building our club and participation. So we have received, I have received some responses that they're taking it under consideration. As you know, school started up, was it yesterday or today? Saw some buses out and about, and so everyone is kind of getting settled in, but I would hope to be able to provide support to get young people interested in it. The ultimate goal of our classes is to not only have people obtain their license, but then to integrate them into our club and let them know that, once you have your license, you're not isolated or alone, and the club has been very supportive of that. We discussed at the board meeting yesterday the possibility of using the webinar, the Zoom webinar feature, and prepare a series of educational training videos to help students who may be interested in it. The response I got back is that there are young people interested in it, adults, but with everyone at home, they do not want to risk meeting in a public place such as the library. And so I have begun exploring opportunities to see if we can coordinate a series of training videos to get them started. As most everyone knows, the object of the license test is to allow you to be able to go on the air. So we don't have to worry about going into extreme and deep theory and practicality, but it's to create an interest, a desire, and a motivation beyond curious to motivate it to help them get their license. And Butch and the team for testing have been very gracious in helping support our efforts. And several of our class members have gotten their licenses. And I encourage everyone to continue on and not only get your general, but go for the extra. I always say that as an extra class operator, if this deaf blind guy can do it, then anybody can. And it's an honor to represent our club on that. There have been some other ideas we're exploring, but when I have either proposals or more solid representation, I'll definitely present it to our board and ultimately to the membership. We are always looking for Elmers, which are the senior members who are experienced, who would help guide and encourage our other newbies in our hobby, and it has been very supportive. And again, I want to say thank you to the club for supporting me with resources to be able to accomplish those goals. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Pat. And along those lines, as Elmer's, we do have a lot of people. I'm available if anyone needs some help. And Butch is actually, at this point, is one of our designated captains for technical assistance and has some equipment to do that. He's not at everyone's beck and call, but when he has time, he's very gracious about helping people test antennas and get things set up. So if you have issues with your station or antenna and you need some help, Butch is one of the people you can call. When he has the time, he will definitely help you. And I'm available. There are plenty of other people also available. So moving on to old business, and just putting in another plug for the ARRL. We are an affiliated club, so if you're not a member, consider joining. There's a lot of benefits to it. Just getting QST, and they have some other online publications that you can get free as a member, and they have a larger database of old articles and things like that. It's worth it just to get the magazine, in my opinion. I think it's let's see, I think it's like $49 a year, something like that. Anyway, the club, along those lines, if someone wants to become a member of the ARRL and doesn't feel they have the funds at this time, we have, the board has approved several months ago up to 4 scholarships, so we can purchase ARRL membership for people who think they can't afford it and would still like to be a member. So if you would like to do that, contact to myself or one of the board members, and we will see if we can get that arranged for you. Moving on to the loaner radio program. It's going really well. I've got boxes full of equipment all in my small shack slash shop here, and I've been going through a bunch of them, and then I didn't think we would have this much equipment available, and I have several pieces. Butch has some stuff that I need to pick up, and Larry and Jack each have a radio that they're going to donate. So we have plenty of radios so far. Currently, I have 2 complete VHF UHF stations available to loan out, and I have 2 other VHF UHF stations that are in work and should be available in the next couple weeks. And we have one HF VHF UHF radio that just needs some of the VHF and UHF channels programmed into it for our repeaters, and Butch is going to take a look at that. So probably within the next 2 weeks it'll be available, but it's basically all working and all the pieces are there. It's also has an automatic antenna tuner outboard to it. So we have some older equipment, but it's very functional, and some of the commercial equipment we have is really robust. So will last pretty good. And I've tried some of it out on our repeaters a couple times, and it worked really well. And I'll be testing some of it in the near future. You may hear me on, and some of the time I might be talking on some of the converted commercial radios. If you're interested, and I also have another HF radio that I still is in work. I'm not sure when I'll get back to that and get that fixed, but it's got a good power supply, and the receiver works fine, and the transmitter transmits RF power, but the audio amplifier for the microphone, the preamp, has got an issue. When I get that fixed, it'll be able to drive it up to full power. So I think that's something that I can get fixed in the not too distant future, and we'll have another HF station. So if you're interested in one of the radios, please contact me or one of the board members. Pat is going to be the administrator of that program, but we still haven't finished all the work. I'm currently putting property tags on everything and putting that in our club inventory, and I'm working on a form to fill out so that you can make a request for a particular radio. And I'll have that. If you contact me, I'll send you that form. You can fill that out, and hopefully when I get that done, we can put that on the website so it'll be a little more accessible. And I think in previous meetings we went over the requirements, but basically you need to be a club member in good standing. In other words, your dues have to be paid, and you have to have the proper license. And also, you can't have a base station of the same type of radio that you want alone. I mean, if you have a VHF and you want an HF, we can give you the HF station. If you have a HF and you don't have a VHF, we can get you the VHF station. So, and it's designed for, this program is designed for people that either can't afford a radio or they just get their license and they want to get on the air and try things out and explore ham radio a little before they go make a commitment to buy an expensive radio. So this is a very good way to get on the air and find out what's out there, and you can get a lot of feedback on different radios from talking to people on the air and listen to how they sound when they talk to you. So if you get on the air, there's a lot you can find out before you go make that big investment, because sometimes you may jump into it and you buy a radio and then you decide, oh man, I wish I would have got this other radio. That happens to all of us, but anyway, hopefully if you get on the air, it'll give you a little more information and see what's out there and what modes are available, that sort of thing. Let's see. Like Josh said, the board has voted to purchase a Zoom subscription for Zoom meetings and webinars, and that was about $155. So we should have that available, and we'll be hopefully planning some activities in the future to utilize that. Another issue that has come up, I have been contacted by a few members or previous members that they were concerned that we haven't been posting the minutes of meetings and other stuff on our website or whatever, that would jeopardize our 501c3 eligibility. Well, I looked that up, and what I found out that there actually are no requirements to speak of for a small nonprofit 501c3 other than reporting to the state and the IRS periodically. And there's no requirement to actually have more than, I think, 3 meetings a year, something like that. You don't have to publish minutes, and you don't have to put anything on your, you don't have to put out a newsletter, any of those things. So really there are no real requirements other than reporting to the state and the IRS, and which we do. The only requirement that I found is that if a person in the public would like information about our status, they can submit a request to the club in writing, and we have to provide them with a copy of the forms we send in to the state and the IRS for the last 3 years. And I think ours are just simple as postcards. There's not much reporting. So if someone has an issue and they do a request in writing, we can send that information. We also have the right to charge them for postage and for copying fees and handling fees if we do that. So anyway, those are the only requirements we've come across so far on reporting. So and I've also been told, well, that per Robert's Rules of Order, you're supposed to do those kinds of things. Well, I looked up in our bylaws and the articles of incorporation, and it only states that we go by our bylaws and our articles of incorporation, and that the only requirement that's in our bylaws is that we have to have a quarterly treasurer's report. And we have not been doing that. We've been giving one at every meeting, but we will do one that will go in the newsletter. It states in there that it has to be posted in the newsletter. So we will have one of those for the quarter ending in September. We will put one in the newsletter to comply with our bylaws. So that was one thing we weren't compliant with that we will take care of. And also it says, and I think it's in the articles of incorporation that, or maybe it's in the bylaws, that the Robert's Rules of Orders will be used as a guide. So it doesn't say we have to follow them. It just says it can be used as a guide. So there's nothing that holds us to that either. And so we don't want to make our meetings too complicated. We want to be able to get through the business and have some fellowship when we have live meetings, and also some educational opportunities. So we want to do the minimum of those formal things. So that's why we do things the way we do. But we do want to stay in compliance, and we will make every effort to do so. So now it's time for our programming and our program for tonight. And we have John Newman found on YouTube a little presentation on grounding and bonding by David Kassler, KE0OG. And I watched it, and it's a little less than 20 minutes, and it's very well done. It tells you what you need to know, and it doesn't go into a whole lot of deep technical theory, but it tells you what you need to do and why you need to do it, and shows you examples. So Josh, if you can go ahead and start that, we'll go ahead and do that 20-minute program on grounding and bonding.
Okay. For those that are watching on YouTube, we have to stop our YouTube stream so that we don't get in trouble with YouTube for showing a YouTube video on a YouTube stream.